What if I told you if you did this one thing, you would be welcome anywhere? Well, why not learn from the techniques of the greatest winner of friends? Who is he? Well, you might meet him coming down the street. When you get within 10 feet of him, he will start wagging his tail. He has no hidden motives. He's not trying to sell you anything. He doesn't want your change and isn't preaching the gospel. If you stop and pat him, he will almost jump out of his skin to show you how much he likes you. Did you ever stop to think that a dog is the only animal that doesn't have to work for a living? A chicken must lay eggs and a cow has to give milk, but a dog makes his living by giving you nothing but love. When I was 5 years old, my father bought me a dog. He was the light and joy of my childhood. After school, when I would come home, he would sit in the front yard staring at the road. As soon as he saw me, he would race towards me up the hill to greet me, barking and leaping with joy. He was my constant companion as a boy until one tragic night I will never forget. He was killed right in front of me by lightning. Cooper's death was the tragedy of my childhood. He never read a book on psychology. He didn't need to. He knew that you could make more friends in 2 months by becoming genuinely interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Which brings us to our first principle, is to become genuinely interested in other people. This next habit can be life-changing. The rich cannot live without it, and the poorest are made wealthier by its touch. It costs nothing, but it does create much. It cannot be bought, begged, borrowed, or stolen. It is no good to anybody until it is given away. It happens in a flash, and the memory of it sometimes lasts forever. It creates happiness in the home and fosters goodwill. A genuine smile says, "I value you. Your company brings me joy. I'm pleased to meet you." This is the secret behind the irresistible charm of dogs. Their enthusiastic greetings make us feel loved and excited to return the affection. We're not talking about a mechanical, forced, or polite smirk here. People can see right through that. We are talking about a sincere, warm smile, one that originates deep within and shines through the eyes. It's this type of smile that's invaluable, the kind that can truly brighten someone's day and leave a lasting, positive impression. Which brings us to our second principle, is to genuinely smile. Now, if you don't do this, you are headed for trouble. From the waitress to the senior executive, this will work magic as we deal with others. This is what makes you unique and sets you apart from everyone else. People like to be remembered. Remembering a person's name assigns them value and recognition and shows that you care. If you get this wrong, you will easily offend and strain relationships. Principle 3 is remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Now, if you want to know how to make people shun you and laugh at you behind your back and even despise you, here is the recipe. Never listen to anyone for long. Talk incessantly about yourself. If you have an idea while the other person is talking, don't wait for him or her to finish. Bust right in and interrupt in the middle of a sentence. Friends are those rare people who ask how you are and then wait to hear the answer. Pay attention when people speak so you are fully aware of what they are saying. Listening is more than simply remaining silent while your person of interest is speaking. It involves total focus on what is being said. Because we can think at about 4 times the rate the normal person talks, there is a temptation to get lost in our thoughts. You want to resist this temptation. Speakers notice when a person isn't listening. The best way to focus on the listener's speech and at the same time transmit to the speaker that you are paying attention is to maintain eye contact. But do not stare at them. You want to break eye contact every 2 to 3 seconds. Make an effort not to interrupt the person you are listening to when they are talking. People like individuals who let them talk, particularly when it is about themselves. Principle 4 is to be a good listener and encourage others to talk about themselves. If you go looking for a friend, you're going to find they're very scarce. If you go out to be a friend, you'll find them everywhere. Zig Ziglar. Most people think the world revolves around them, and they should be the center of attention. But if you want to appear friendly and attract others, you must forego your ego and pay attention to the other person and his or her particular needs and circumstances. Other people will like you when you make them the center of attention. When we are too busy focusing on ourselves and not on the people we meet, we put our wants and needs before the wants and needs of others. The irony of all this is that other people will be eager to fulfill your wants and needs if they like you. Well, we hope you are enjoying this video. If you want more information, check out How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie and The Like Switch by Jack Schaefer. The links are in the description below. If there is only one thing you remember about how to make friends through verbal communication, let it be this. The more you can encourage the other person to speak, the more you listen to what they say and show empathy and respond positively when reacting to their comments, the greater the likelihood that person will feel good about themselves. Principle 5 is to talk in terms of the other person's interests. Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. Leo Buscaglia. People like to be complimented. It makes them feel good about themselves, and in turn, they are going to feel good about you. The result is a better chance to make a friend or strengthen an existing friendship. Compliments, to be effective, should be sincere and deserved. Paying someone a compliment when you don't really believe what you're saying, or when the recipient of the compliment hasn't earned the accolade, is counterproductive. Principle 6 is to make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. Here we showed you what to do. In our upcoming video, we will show you how to apply these principles. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more videos like this, do us a favor by liking and subscribing. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you back for more.